People, what are you saying? Arsenal women Champions League winners in Lisbon 2025. What an absolute season for Renee Slegers and these women. They left it all out on the pitch today. Every single one of them, down to the women. Defending, not always taking our chances, coming back in key games. Look at the game against Real Madrid. Look at the game against Lyon. People would have counted these women out, you know. OGs like Leah Williamson, been at the club since like 07, since way back there. How old was I? I don't even know. Young buck. Katie McCabe, Kim Little. What do you know about these Donnies? What do you know about them? But they showed it all out on the pitch today. I said and predicted 1-0. Go check the live. It was a great live stream. Shout out to everybody who watched along. I'm on this journey of NLG, trying to do more live streams, trying to shed more light on the women's and men's game and just share the joy. I mean, the men's team couldn't do it this year, but the women's team did. You probably would have counted them out. Today, Renee. In fact, not even today, the whole season. Who would have thought assistant manager taken over from Eidval, who clearly was chopping and changing the team every other week, didn't have a clear idea, changed the manager. I believe it was midway through the season, or not midway, but you know, the season had already commenced, decided they needed a change, made Renee step up on an interim basis, got wins back to back to back. You could see how the team were galvanized. Alessia Russo. Football Writers Women's Footballer of the Year award claimed this week alongside Mo Salah. Arsenal had lost Vivian Miedema. She left to go to Man City. A player I highly rate. Still, I know that there was something that went on that made her leave the club. There's still, you know, some uncertainty onto what happened there. We haven't missed her. A player of that caliber. Alessia Russo has been absolutely fantastic. Get her in on an interim basis to take over from Havertz. And if you think I'm joking, someone run a lie detector test. Someone run the polygraph, because she is an absolute baller. She didn't get her goal today. Look at the tactical tweaks. Today they knew Barcelona would have more of the ball. Let's have a look at the match stats here. Let's have a look at the match stats. First half was very cagey. Was very cagey, to be fair. You could tell both teams had chances. Barcelona had more of the chances, more of the ball. They had a lot of shots. Arsenal also had some chances. There was one where Ford heads across the box. It goes wide. We had a shot from Frida Marnham. Can't remember if that was end of first or beginning of second. I think it was first half. Shot from Frida Marnham out in the middle of the pitch. We had a couple of chances, but didn't take them. But one thing we did do was defend well in numbers. You can see, look at the total stats here. Overall, Barcelona had 20 shots, 5 on target. Arsenal had 8 shots, 3 on target. And honestly, most of the dangerous attacks came in the second half. One thing we did see increasingly as we got into the game, you know, you saw by half time we were blowing. And I was saying, I'm not sure. I was like, I feel like we need to get a goal by 60 minutes. Otherwise, I think we're down and out. Because I feel like Barcelona would have more legs than us. But the women just kept going and going and going. The players gave it their all today. And we saw in the second half, tactical nous. Something Arteta cannot do. He doesn't have. You don't have the minerals for that. Renee made 2 substitutions. Chloe Kelly off for Beth Mead. Blackstenius on. Blackstenius and Beth Mead. Blackstenius possessed. The tactical tweak to bring Blackstenius on to put pressure on Paredes, who was on a yellow card, to put pressure on the back line, have Beth Mead, who's so intelligent at coming in off the right, onto her left and finding balls in behind. And then you have Russo dropping deep, who still somehow, after playing such a tough game, dropping deep at times, trying to find runs in behind. You know, obviously she should have had an opportunity to maybe get on the ball for the offside goal that was put in by Paredes in the first half. We thought we were 1-0 up then. But Blackstone, since she came on, honestly, man of the match, woman of the match performance. Saying man of the match, woman of the match performance. She just claimed that position, caused trouble for the centre backs. Paredes didn't know what to do. For the goal, saw Caldente on the right wing after a set piece in from a corner. Caldente, just the awareness of her. She took her time, played the ball into Beth Mead, who was around just outside the box. And Beth Mead, the vision. The vision. Plays such a neat ball through the line to Blackstenius, who takes such a deft touch to put the ball in front of her and puts it bottom corner. What a way to win the game for us. And after that, the game's not done. It takes mental fortitude to go up against a team with the caliber of Barcelona. That goal comes at 74 minutes. You then need to lock in. You have to lock in. You've got to lock in for 20 minutes. That takes a lot of mental and physical energy out of you. And everybody did it to a T. Katie McCabe, lived in Ireland for 2 years, literally just moved back to London. So happy for Ireland. They've got an absolute top player and playing for Arsenal. I'm so glad we have her at the club. I absolutely love her as a player. She reminds me so much of Kieran Tierney, just so good going up and down the line. You saw at one point, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Battle or Bonmati that died, and she just shouted at her. And she's like, "Yeah, what? Get up! Like, stop messing around." Katie McCabe, so good going up and down the line. Leah Williamson, oh my word, second half after the goal, clear, getting the ball clear. Catley heading the ball out, solid. Fox getting a bit more confident in the second half. I think Rolfo, as I mentioned, had a good game coming in off the left side and giving problems for Fox. But Fox settled back in the second half. The back four shored up. Kim Little, Caldente dropping into defend. Russo coming into defend. Even look at in the half, I think it was end of the first half towards the end. Ford coming back to block a cross from Rolfo. Nah, I'm sorry. Massive round of applause to these women. Arsenal women have taken home the Champions League for 2025. This needs to be a lesson to the club. You need to back these women. You need to back Renee to go further. She turned an interim position into a full-time position, and she has deserved it and delivered a trophy for the club on top of it. For players that have deserved it for this club. And you need to pay back and make sure they are well. You know, Josh Kroenke came out speaking about, the men and women in the finals, blah, 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 blah. We're supporting the club. Put your money where your mouth is and support Renee and the girls. Genuinely. Listen, I hope the girls having an incredible time celebrating. Hopefully I can be at the parade when they come back down to London. The season's not all dreary and drab because of what the men's team didn't manage to do. And obviously, I don't blame the men's players too much. I mostly put it on Arteta, to be fair. Obviously, the players in some games. But today is a day for the women. Shout out all of you down to the player. And yeah, Champions League winners. Let's get it. It's your boy NLG signing out.